What is going on, everyone? Happy Monday and welcome back to Chart Request Live. My name's Patrick Dunawilla. I am the editor of the Chart Report. Joining me today, we got Alfonso de Pablos. Alfonso, how we doing?
Hey Pat, everything good? Everything good. How are you?
Not too bad, just trying to survive this week. We got a crazy week here in the United States, at least.
I
Uh,
know, I know.
are they talking about it over there in where are you, Venezuela?
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a big event this week. Everyone is paying attention of what is going on tomorrow. But market related, for me, it's a lot of noise, a lot of indecision these days, especially today and tomorrow. So I think the best thing is just wait for the elections and wake up on Wednesday and another day, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what it could bring, right? I mean, I remember, I think it was what, the election in 2016. I think when Trump was first elected, overnight, it was just this crazy future session. And then we ended up ripping higher, but we were down in the overnight session by a ton and ended the week really a lot higher. So who knows what could happen? Just kind of seeing where we end up at the end of the week, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's right. So yeah, let's see.
Yeah. For one, I'm keeping my stops tight, I've been hitting on a few lately, but that's all right. That's trading, right?
Yeah, I mean that I think those things happens on these volatile events. So it makes sense to keep stops tight, secure some profits before these events and see what happens next.
For sure, for sure. All right. So let's dive right into it. We got kind of a mixed market today. We got Russell 2000 up, though, small caps positive.
Yeah.
You want to dive into the mailbag?
Yeah, let's do it. So, Carl was asking us about Celestica CLS, a Canadian electronic company. It already had earnings, so she wants to know if there is a chance of a pullback. So,
Yeah, so it looks like I already had this one marked up here. Must have, I'm sure we've looked at Celestica before, but exploded out of this base this last summer, and it's just been hitting target after target here. Last target was this 54-ish level, now
mhm.
heading towards this 85 level. She was saying, what did she ask? Chance of a pullback?
Yeah, like a chance of a pullback. Is there is a
Yeah.
chance from that
So
small base, maybe?
when you look in the daily chart here, look at this. It's got a nice little, what is that? Oh, nice multi-month base there. Maybe get involved on that pullback to 6250-ish, or that 60-ish level. That would
Yeah,
probably be the best place to get involved.
yeah. If we get it right.
If you
Um,
get it, yeah, you might just head right to the next target. Or if
because
if
also
you're playing this base breakout, it probably makes more sense to fib out that base. So that would, yeah, okay. 78's your target, 77,
Mhm.
80. So like you said, you might not get it. I would bet that you'd probably hit the target first and then maybe get the pullback before you go on to the next target.
Yeah, I think that area of 78, 80, it's a big level. If you zoom out to the 2000s or even before the 2000, it's carving out like a massive base. So
Oh
prices
boy.
coming right at these levels. Uh,
Wow, yeah,
are,
you're right. I didn't even think to look that far back. Holy crap. Yeah, so a lot of the times though when they do test those like .com bubble highs or those highs from 20 years ago, a lot of the times you do see some sort of consolidation period, and that could last for months. We could build a whole nother base here or a handle to this giant cup, and that could last like a year or even more.
yeah,
So this looks great. It's shaping up nicely, but when it does get in there, and those targets coincide with the short-term targets, right? Like this
mhm.
77 level. that was our fib from this short-term base, right? So
Yeah.
once you get into that area, then you're looking at the overhead supply from what is that, 1999 to 2000?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
2000. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, these big bases takes time to resolve, and now that the price is approaching to this area former highs, it might take some time. Just look at the Nikkei, the
Yeah.
Japanese.
Yeah. That's a great
Um,
example of it. Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
the chart. Yeah,
Great example of it.
it has been consolidating, absorbing overhead supply, so it makes sense to see some digestions at these big levels.
Right. Or even gold,
Yeah, exactly. It's the same example at the end of the day. It takes time. For example, Micron Technologies. That's a big example too.
Yep. But gold here, it finally reached those 2011 highs in 2020, and then it frustrated gold investors for 3-4 years before it finally
Yeah,
where they finally got the breakout they were waiting for. What was the example you used, Micron?
Yeah, Micron. It's the same example.
Fantastic example. Yep. And for a lot of us technicians, I could see us getting really excited here in 2020, being like, "Yo, look at that base! I mean, that's a gigantic base." But then you have this consolidation period where it really frustrates people, shakes out the weak hands, and then it starts working again, right?
Yep, that's right. That's right. That's well said.
What do we
So
got?
now let's take a look. Nick is asking us about pH. How about that one?
It's just a steady one.
This is an electronic equipment, 82 billion market cap.
Let me just remove all these drawings. Sorry. 82 billion market cap.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like you got the breakout last year.
I mean, it's a beautiful uptrend.
Yeah, looks like it's nearing that 670 target, but from there, I'd be careful. I think it has been on a nice run. You probably will get there by the end of the year, but from there, then maybe a pullback to this 570 level is where I'd want to get involved. Those former highs here.
Yeah, just take a look at what price has done within that uptrend, and testing these Fibonacci extensions at the end, right?
Yeah, I mean, look how well this one behaved as support. Sometimes they don't always act as resistance, but then they'll come back on the retest and they'll hold as support there too. And 500, just a nice round psychological level too, makes sense to hold as support.
Yeah.
But with this one, yeah, I think you'll probably get to that 670, and then if you're looking to get involved in this one, this 560 level is probably your best bet.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, and definitely, I mean, it's getting tight in that range. It's looking good. The primary uptrend, it's very in place. It's pressing against new all-time highs. Look at the relative trend, making new all-time highs relative to the S&P. It's a clear leader. So
yeah,
I really like this one.
Breaking out on a relative basis. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Yeah, with something like that, you're just trying to pick a spot to get involved, right? It's a long-term uptrend. And with that one, it's just really just important about the important thing is just you manage risk. So if you're getting in this short term, which this isn't necessarily like a day trading stock, but then you're placing your stop short term right around this 620 level. Wherever you get in on a long-term uptrend like that, just finding a place to manage risk to where if it turns, you're out.
I have to say, I like how tight it is around that level. So
you're saying right here, the last few days?
Yeah, that tight coil.
Yeah,
I really like it. So a break at above 645 I think it will print like a new higher.
And if you really want to get cute with it, uh, our favorite
Okay.
top patterns in there somewhere.
Wow.
Hold on, let me see. Yeah, there's a bit of a failed top there.
Yeah, I
Uh,
see. I see. I see.
you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
You could kind of.
So for me in this example, that's the level I will watch
Yeah,
uh, around 620, 615. A break below this level will suggest some sideways action, some selling pressure on this name.
yeah,
But
or
uh,
even kind of a further correct pullback correction down to this one, right?
yeah, I agree with you.
It's 560.
Mhm.
What do we got next?
Kenneth asked us about OLLI.
Ollie's bargain outlet. All right. Looks like this one's coiling up, right?
I like this one. I like this one.
Let's zoom out here.
I really like this base. Beautiful base.
Yeah, and just really consolidating under it. With this one, I think you could probably use a VWAP to get involved.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. Yeah, but this is how buyers absorb overhead supply at the end, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like what we were talking about before. When you finally, revisit those old highs, you get that period of digestion, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's consolidating in a constructive wave here. I like the way you draw it here. That triangle and the VWAP from that pivot high. I think if you want to anticipate a potential breakout, I think you can do it. There is always like a trade-off between anticipate and having and catching a good timing and conviction. But for me, if we're above 106, I think that would be like a good signal for potential.
These former highs, right?
Yeah, at least if it breaks above the pivot highs from what?
With this, I think you got to draw this kind of more like this, because this kind of looks like the failed move here. I think the level's really kind of more around this 100.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a white zone to pay attention to. So it always depends on your risk tolerance and your strategies. I mean, if you want to jump in before a breakout unanticipated, I think there are multiple ways to do it. In this case, I like that triangle, that coil that you are drawing, the VWAP 2 act as a good catalyst in some cases. But for me, about 106, I think it will make sense.
Yeah, I'll say above 100, and above 100, you're good till almost 150 up here.
150, yeah, makes sense.
This one, it just looks like it wants higher. It's just a matter of kind of being patient, because had this consolidation, and just got to wait for that. But I do like that action here. It's kind of coiling for a bigger breakout, and that should kind of help the resolution be a little bit more energetic, a little quicker.
Yep, I like it. So now let's take a look at Lam Research, LRCX. Thanks, Joe, for that ticker.
Yeah. All right. So looks like we got breakout last year, hit its target, kind of overshot it a little bit. But this is just a classic retest right now, just classic retest. Testing former resistance, turning into support. And we're on a weekly right now, so if we drop it down to a daily, I'm sure you'll probably see a nice little divergence here. Yeah,
Yeah.
nice little bullish divergence. That being said, if it breaks this, it's already tried and each time it's tested it, it's made a lower high. I don't love that. Um, Eventually you're going to need to see it make a higher high. So yeah, I can only test this so many times. Here we are testing it again. I don't hate that. I mean, your risk is very well defined here. If it's below 70, forget about it. But I do like this one.
You can also drop a VWAP from the ultimate highs. I think that could be like a good confirmation.
If you wanted to, yeah, if you wanted to kind of buy into strength confirmation, yep.
Exactly. Yeah.
Then you're looking for a break out of this 82 ish level. Well, by the time
Yeah.
it gets there, it'll probably be 82. Um, and that'll get you to
Just
this 99. You clear that. Obviously, you'll have to deal with this mess. But
yeah.
then 143 there is the next target.
And what I like about the view of how it acts as a resistance in the past few months, rejecting that potential bounce of support. So
yeah, we've had like 3 clear rejections, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So I think a confirmation of a valid bounce and restarting an uptrend. It started by reclaiming the VWAP from the ultimate highs around 82.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, below 71, 70, it's definitely not like a no touch for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you could cut it even closer if you want to do like 71. But yeah, give it a little wiggle room, especially around this kind of potentially volatile election. We'll see.
Yeah.
But this, pretty clear level.
I like it. I like when we look at stocks with clear risk level, because it makes things easier at the end.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Some of the best chartists will tell you charts don't predict, right? They're really risk management tools, and if you think about it that way, your whole perspective of it totally changes.
That's a great phrase. Yeah, I like it. I will take some notes. So the next one, Hansen is asking us about HRI for 6-month time frame.
HRI, all right.
Yep.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, what was this time frame?
6 months, but I think we can zoom out to 2021. Yeah, that base. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's it.
So this went up 17% on earnings on October 22, and it has been coiling in a very, very tight range since then. So
yeah, very.
And also trying to break out above the 2021 highs. So I think for me, the line in the sand is the 2021 highs around 200. That's also like a psychological level.
Oh,
right?
nice. Yeah.
So everything
very straightforward. I think you could even get involved here if you're willing to give it a little leash. 190 is your stop if you want to keep it tighter. If your short time frame is a little shorter, maybe use this 204 level as your stop. But I think you're really leaning on this 200 level. That's what you're really looking to do here. And then for your target, what do we got? $277.
Yeah, I think that's correct. Another way you can do it, it's just measure. I mean, this is like, it seems like an ascending triangle formation. Yeah. You can also, if you're looking for potential target, you can also measure the base. So
right. You could do a measured move. Would you do it in terms of points or in?
I like to do it on points.
Yeah. So is that 120 points, 120 on top of it?
Do you
203.
prefer to do it on a percentage basis on
No, I
points?
prefer to do it with points, yeah, on an absolute basis. So,
Nice.
um, what's that? 120 on top of 203, so that's 323.
Yep.
Uh,
Around there.
right around here. So,
Yeah, there are multiple ways to measure targets here. So
yeah, yeah.
that's another one too.
You said it, ascending triangle, and the reason those are such bullish patterns is kind of the psychology around it. I mean, this isn't a perfect example of one, but I mean, the ascending triangle, if you kind of think of it like this, right, where you have a horizontal resistance level, every time it can't break it, yes, but it's making a higher low on each rejection. So it's kind of showing that buyers are willing to step in at a higher price even on each rejection. It's kind of building up tension to the ultimate breakout, which you got that nice stick last week. What is that on earnings? Yeah,
Yeah, and earnings.
two
That
weeks
was
ago.
a great explanation how ascending triangles work, Pat.
Yeah, thanks.
Do you want to take a look at, let's take a look at ZWS.
ZWS.
Yeah, Mark is asking us about that.
All right.
About
Ooh,
38.
man, bringing some good ones today.
Let's see. Oh, wow. Yeah. Let's see the market cap of this one. Yeah, 6 billion market cap. So that's good enough. Beautiful base. Look at momentum in a bullish regime. Price pressing up against that former highs, the upper bounds of that massive base. So I think, yeah, if it's above what 38,
38 gets you 50. It's
yeah,
really that straightforward. This one's a great one. I really
I
like
think
this.
this is my favorite so far.
Yeah, I think so too. Although that last one was great too.
I mean, I will put like an alert above 38 because I really like this one.
Yeah. Very, very straightforward. Above those former highs at 38, that should get you to 50.
I like it. I like it a lot.
We got earnings. Oh my gosh. Hey, it's on my birthday, February 11th. Look at that. That's
Nice.
ways away.
Yeah, so that's another advantage on this name. I mean, earnings were October 29, so we don't have that
great point.
event on the horizon. So, I mean, we have. I think we're in light if we're above 38. The risk is very well defined, so I really like this this name. That was a good find by Mark. Yeah.
What do you think? One more?
Yeah, let's do one more. Let's do ANET.
ANET. They report this week, right?
Let's see. Yeah, November 7 on Thursday.
So I mean, this one just a steady uptrend here. It's kind of like that. I forget what that example was earlier. Maybe Parker Hannifin, PH.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that one, where you just really got to get, if you want to get involved with this, you just got to find a spot to manage your risk. And for me, that looks like this. You have this little gap, and then it's also those July highs. I don't know if you'll even get the retest. Looks like it kind of already did retest this area a little bit.
Yeah.
So that would kind of be a place where I would want to get involved on a potential retest here. But it looks like it's just about to go and hit new highs from here. I mean, if we look kind of shorter term here, and you just look over these past few weeks here, looks like it's kind of trying to break out of this little kind of pullback here. And if it does, then you're looking at all-time highs. I think all-time highs 423.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, look that up for man.
Yeah, just a steady one.
You're gonna be all-time highs.
Yeah, I mean, this base really just went when it went.
And also what I like, I mean, I know we have earnings coming this week, so that could be
That's true.
a
Yeah.
very volatile day for
Earnings
AMC.
Thursday.
Yeah, but look at momentum. Hasn't get oversold since May
Last May.
2023,
Yeah.
and has had hit like multiple times over bad conditions.
Oh yeah.
So it's a clear example of how momentum using the 14-day RSI acts as confirmation of strong uptrends. So this is a classic example. So I
Yeah.
really
And
like this.
also just a classic example of why we look for base breakouts. Because they can really run for years like this, and then they're the stocks that are tough to get into because they're just trending so nicely that people are just always waiting for a pullback, and then you don't get one because they're exploding out of this really long-term consolidation where they went nowhere, and they're just kind of playing catch up. But this one, I mean, during the 2022 bear market, set up kind of another base on top of that other base here. So that was kind of another spot you could have gotten involved. So kind of looking for those with this, hoping that it will form another kind of long-term consolidation pattern. That would kind of be your real best bet there.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, but this one just going. Anyway, we should leave it here for today. But if we didn't get to your tickers, be sure to email us at questions@stockmarketmedia.com, and we'll get to them on Thursday, right?
Yeah, we will see you on Thursday at the same time.
Awesome. Thank you guys for watching. Alf, I'll see you later.
Thank you, guys.